that the restaurant had chosen white tablecloths that caught every crumb, every spill, as if evidence mattered there. My diploma sat in a slim folder beside my plate, the university seal pressed into the leather like a promise I hadn't yet learned how to use. Everyone kept saying how proud they were. My mother said it with a hand on my shoulder that stayed just a beat too long. All those late nights. She said, smiling at the table, not at me. You'd forget to eat if I didn't remind you. I nodded because nodding was easy. Because correction always took more energy than compliance, and I was tired in the particular way that comes after finishing something long and demanding. The waiter poured drinks. I asked for sparkling water with lemon. My mother asked for wine. My sister asked for whatever was sweet. Conversation folded and unfolded around me. Jobs. Next steps. Where I might live. The unspoken expectation that independent still meant near. I excused myself to the restroom halfway through appetizers. When I returned, my chair was pulled out slightly, my napkin refolded. The table looked touched up, curated. It was then I saw it not in motion, but in the residue of motion. The glass had been rotated, the lemon wedge pushed deeper. My mother's hand retreated too quickly, fingers curling if they'd just finished something small and precise. I stood there longer than necessary, my smile already arranged. It wasn't shock that hit first. It was recognition. The muscle memory of being managed, of sleep suggested when I resisted, of headaches treated before I complained, of decisions smoothed out for my own good. I sat, I listened. I felt the old pull, to doubt myself, to consider that I was overreacting. The table was full of witnesses who would swear nothing had happened. The room was loud enough to swallow certainty. I lifted the glass and didn't drink. My mother leaned closer. You okay? Just want to toast properly, I said. I stood still smiling and raised the glass. The table quieted. I said something generic about gratitude and support, the kind of words that sound good and say nothing dangerous. Then I turned to my sister. You should try this, I said lightly. It's really refreshing. She laughed, already reaching for it. Don't mind if I do. My mother's smile faltered, just a hairline crack, too fast for anyone else to see. Enough for me. The glass changed hands. The toast ended. The room breathed again. Minutes passed. Then more. My sister shifted in her seat. Blinked hard. I feel weird, she said, still laughing, as if that made it less true. The waiter noticed before my mother did. Or maybe my mother noticed and chose not to. He leaned in, voice low, professional. Mom, are you feeling all right? I'm fine. My sister said, then wasn't. Her words slurred just slightly. Not dramatic. Just off. The manager appeared. Questions followed, gentle, procedural. Water. A chair pulled back. Someone mentioned policy. My mother stood. This is unnecessary, she said too quickly. She's just tired. The manager didn't argue. Out of an abundance of caution, he said, and the phrase carried weight. A phone call was made. The room narrowed into quiet concern. I didn't speak. At the clinic attached to the restaurant, a convenience I hadn't known existed, a nurse asked questions that didn't accept family answers. Timeframes, consumption, symptoms. She asked my sister for consent before anything else. That alone shifted something in the air. A mild sedative showed up on the screen. The nurse's voice stayed calm. It's not dangerous at this dose, she said, but it shouldn't have been there. My mother's explanations arrived rehearsed. Stress, mistakes, old prescriptions. Concern. They didn't land. The nurse documented. The manager filed a report. The evening ended not with shouting, but with paperwork and pauses. With authority that didn't need to raise its voice. My sister slept it off under observation. She was embarrassed more than anything, confused and apologetic in the way people are when the ground moves without warning. My mother didn't look at me. Later outside, the city hummed with indifference. Graduation gowns passed by in clusters, laughter spilling into the street. I didn't know. My sister said, fine I had. I know, I said. It wasn't forgiveness. It was accuracy. My mother drove home alone. In the days that followed, calls came slower. Conversations changed shape. I learned what it felt like to be spoken to without instructions embedded in the praise. I learned what silence cost and what it bought. Nothing was resolved neatly. Trust doesn't collapse loudly. It thins. It withdraws. It leaves room where certainty used to sit. I framed my diploma and hung it myself. Autonomy, I learned, doesn't announce itself. It shows up in small refusals, in glasses left untouched, in smiles that hold long enough to let the truth reveal itself without help.